Good morning, dear students. Chapter 11 Transportation in Plants and Animals completed, and today I will start new chapter, Chapter 12 Reproduction in Plants. Reproduction in plants. Introduction. You know that all living organisms reproduce. Last step. You know that all living organisms reproduce, and what it means in a simple terms that living organisms produce young ones of their own kind. For example, a cat produces kittens when grow into adult cats, and in plants too, seeds grow into young seedlings, and the seedlings is in due course of time develops into mature plants as in mango tree. So reproduction is one of the most important properties of living organisms. It means creating new life. What does the reproduction means? Reproduction means creating new life, producing young ones of their own kind. Reproduction is one of the most important properties of living organism, and it means creating new life, producing young ones of their own kind. Why living organisms need to reproduce? Why living organisms need to reproduce? You know that all living organisms have a fixed lifespan. All the living organisms have a fixed lifespan, and during their lifespan the organisms performs various life functions including reproduction. And in annual plant, for example, the lifespan is about 1 year, and a perennial plant, it goes up to many years. Then the organisms die, leaving behind individual of their own kind, and this they ensure by reproduction during their lifespan. If they would not reproduce, then after their death there would be no organisms left, the species would thus perish. This they ensure by reproducing during their lifespan. If they would not reproduce, then after their death there would be no organisms left, and the species would thus perish. And reproduction is thus the means of perpetuation of species. Did you know at one time people thought that living things could come from dead, once alive or non-living, never alive matter? This was, however, disproved subsequently. Modes of reproduction. Two modes of reproduction: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. And in class 6 you have studied about the structure of a flower, and you have also studied that flowers produces seeds, and seeds are formed by the fusion of a male gamete with a female gamete, and we saw these seeds and grow more plants of the same type. And this is the most common methods of growing new plant, and this type of reproduction is called sexual reproduction. This type of reproduction is called sexual reproduction. You know that we can grow new plants. Can we grow new plants without seeds? Yes, there are some plants which grow without seeds. These plants give rise to new plants from a part of a stem, roots or leaf. These parts of the plants are called the vegetative parts. And for example, a new plant, rose, is produced by growing a cutting from of its branches, and this type of reproduction which takes place without seeds is called the asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is characterized by the fusion of two cells, gamete, usually coming from two parents. New plants are produced from the seeds. And asexual reproduction, on the other hand, is any type of reproduction that does not involve the union of gametes. New individual is produced from a single parent. So methods of here we will discuss about the methods of asexual reproduction. Methods of asexual reproduction. Methods of asexual reproduction. There are different methods of asexual reproduction. First one is the fusion, binary and multiple, binary and multiple. Second one is the budding. Second one is the budding. Third one, fragmentation. Fragmentation. Fourth is spore formation, regeneration. Spore formation, regeneration. Regeneration. Vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation. This is the methods of asexual reproduction. First one is the fusion, binary and multiple, and budding, fragmentation, spore formation, regeneration, and vegetative propagation. These are the methods of the asexual reproduction. Now come to the first methods, that is the binary fission. What is the binary fission? First is the binary fission. Binary fission. Binary fission. This is the binary fission. Now, it is the most common methods of asexual reproduction in which an organism divides into two. And it is the common amongst plants and unicellular organisms like bacteria and some algae and fungi. And in this method, organisms divide itself into almost two equal halves. Nucleus also divides into two parts. Nucleus divides into two parts. Each of the two parts then grows into full size. Then each part grows into full size. This is the nuclear material. This is the nuclear material. And this is the parent cell, and inside the parent cell nuclear material, and then cell elongation, and then distribution of nuclear material. The third one, distribution of nuclear material. of nuclear material, and for here formation of two cells. Formation of two cells and separation into two new cells. Each cell repeats process, and then again each cell repeat the same process. So this is the binary fission, and now come to the second one is the budding. What is the budding? Second one is the budding. Next process is the budding. Nucleus This is the bud. Nucleus divides. In the process of budding, budding is commonly observed in yeast. Budding is commonly observed in yeast, and a bulb-like projections called the bud, that is the bulb-like projections called the bud, is formed on the body, and the nucleus of the body divides into two. This is the nucleus of the body divides into two, and then one of the two nuclei passes into the bud, and then bud detach itself from the parent body, and then bud detach itself from the parent body, and it grows to the full size and becomes a new individual. This is the process of the budding. Fragmentation. In fragmentation, some filamentous organisms such as Spirogyra and algae, the filament breaks up into two or more fragments, and each fragment or piece grows into new individual. Spore formation. In non-flowering plants, the plants which do not produce seeds, mucor, bacteria, ferns or mosses, formation of spore is common method of reproduction. And you know that spores are very small in size. They have thick walls, and thick wall help the spores to survive in adverse conditions in the environment like high temperature, scarcity of water, and lack of food, and the spores give rise to new organisms under favorable conditions. This is chapter reproduction in plants. Till here you will take revision.